Last week, a storm system ripped through parts of the Northeast. High winds snapped trees in half and completely uprooted others. Most of the damage and danger in the area came from trees and limbs coming down on power lines, causing road closings and power outages to tens of thousands of homes, including my farm in upstate New York. It's important to remember that safety is a big issue even during the aftermath of a storm. With that in mind, I had a crew from SavATree, led by Ralph Robbins, deal with the tree damage on my property.
Last night's storm had 80, 90 mile an hour winds, so this is just called wind shear. So it just snapped off a piece of the white pine. The high trees become a wind sail, especially the big deciduous trees like the sugar maples, the oaks, the Norway maples. The wind just sails through them and it just blows the tree down. The first thing we do when my certified arborist gets on site, he looks for what's called dangers, and the first danger is the electric line, any kind of power line. Most of the time the homeowner will say, you can work on the tree because I have no electricity, we have no power. But that's not always the case. You know, we have to have one of the major companies come there and tell us there's no electricity.
If you do lose power, make sure you turn off all your appliances, your televisions, your computers, and all of your lights except one to prevent a power surge when the electricity is restored. And always use a flashlight, never candles, in case there is an unknown gas leak. I called my electrician, Rob Ford, to come over and check things out.
The power company is responsible for the wire that comes from the pole to the attachment on the side of your house. You are responsible from the attachment down, which is your what we call your service riser and your meter pan, and into your house. If power's down and you see electrical wires hanging in your yard, definitely stay away. Keep your animals, your kids, everything inside, and call your electrician if it's on your side of the problem, or you call the power company.
I've installed a large generator that kicks in during power outages. A portable generator is also a good option, but make sure to follow all safety precautions.
Carbon monoxide can be a factor. It needs to be properly ventilated and exhausted with the fumes outside.
Once the dangers have been assessed, the task of removing the damaged trees begins. Because cleaning up after a storm can be just as dangerous as the storm itself, it's always best to hire professionals.
I always recommend calling a certified arborist. You know, typically they won't charge for the inspection. If they think it's safe enough for the homeowner to do it or the gardener to do it, they'll tell you.
If you do operate a chainsaw yourself, you must use safety wear like a hard hat, hearing protection, and protective clothing.
You really have to wear the ballistic pants, which are Kevlar pants that if you do nick yourself, it'll freeze the saw and you won't get cut. You know, I would never recommend a homeowner using a chainsaw.
About 30,000 chainsaw accidents occur every year.
My recommendation for the homeowner is stay indoors, you know, call the proper authority, call a tree company, call the power company, but don't take any chances. It's just not worth it.